A coalition of Democratic-leaning states launched legal actions Tuesday seeking to block Donald Trump's plan to end birthright citizenship in the U.S. The two separate lawsuits involving a total of 22 states. Now, this interestingly also includes California and the state of New York. Came the day after Trump took office and quickly unveiled a series of executive changes he hopes will reshape American immigration. New allegations have emerged against President Donald Trump's nominee to lead the Pentagon, Pete Hegseth. In a signed affidavit submitted to senators, Hegseth's former sister-in-law has alleged that he abused his second wife, Samantha Hegseth, to the point where she hid in a closet and even used a code word for friends for emergencies. The affidavit was requested by Senator Jack Reed, the Senate Armed Services Committee's top Democrat. Hegseth has, of course, denied the allegations. The Quad nations, India, the US, Australia, and Japan, have reaffirmed their commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific, sending a clear message to China. Meeting in Washington, D.C., the leaders pledged to oppose any unilateral attempts to alter the status quo through force or coercion as they prepare for a leaders' summit in India later this year. Trump administration is discussing a 10% penalty on Chinese imports, citing the ongoing issue of fentanyl being trafficked from China to the U.S. via Mexico and even Canada. The Russian president held a video call with his Chinese counterpart, President Xi Jinping, on Tuesday, in which Putin proposed further developing their strategic partnership just hours after Donald Trump was sworn in as the 47th U.S. president. Now, Beijing has become a major customer of Russian oil and gas and a source of key technologies amid sweeping Western sanctions on Moscow.
Canada provides many of the necessary inputs that the American economy is going to need in order to grow and
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, in sharp remarks, said that U.S. President Donald Trump is in fact trying to create uncertainty in his trading partners to knock them off balance and weaken their negotiating position. Trump sparked volatility in current markets on Monday by signaling that his administration may impose tariffs of up to 25% on Mexico and Canada as early as the 1st of February. Now, this move appears to contradict an executive order he signed directing U.S. officials to review trade and border relationships and report back by the 1st of April. Listen in to what Trudeau said.
Canada provides many of the necessary inputs that the American economy is going to need in order to grow and boom economically, whether it's energy, whether it's critical minerals, whether it's fertilizer, whether it's uranium. These are things that Canada provides from nearby, affordably, securely, reliably, particularly when alternatives are more of the same things from China or Russia or Venezuela or elsewhere around the world. We are confident that the facts bear out that this is a win-win relationship.
U.S. President Donald Trump has accused Joe Biden of granting pardons to criminals and even questioned the motives behind these decisions. Now, Trump also criticized the handling of the January 6 committee documents and alleged pardons for Biden's relatives, calling for more scrutiny. Listen in.
Joe Biden gave a pardon yesterday to a lot of criminals. These are criminals that he gave a pardon to. And you should be asking that question. Why did he give a pardon to all of these people that committed crimes? Why did he give a pardon to the J6 Unselect Committee when they burned and destroyed all documents which showed that they did what was wrong, not me? Wait a minute. Why did they give a pardon to all of his relatives, his brother who made millions of dollars, to all these different people? He gave pardons. That's the question you should be answering. All right, go ahead. Yeah, please.
US President Donald Trump has announced that before the end of his first full business day in the White House, his administration had already secured nearly $3 trillion in new investments for the United States. Listen in to what Trump said.
The end of my first full business day in Washington in the White House, we've already secured nearly $3 trillion of new investments in the United States, and probably that's going to be 6 or 7 by the end of the week. Tremendous amounts of money are coming in for many things other than even AI. Our country will be prospering like never before. I think that's true, and it's going to be the golden age of America. As I say, yesterday we had the most ambitious, action-oriented day of any administration.
US President Donald Trump has hinted at possible additional sanctions on Russia if President Vladimir Putin refuses to negotiate in the Ukraine war. Speaking to reporters, Trump criticized the Biden administration, claiming that the war in Ukraine would not have happened under his leadership. Listen in.
In Ukraine, if Vladimir Putin doesn't come to the table to negotiate with you, will you put additional sanctions on Russia?
Sounds likely.
And do you think that the war should be frozen currently?
The war should have never started. If you had a competent president, which you didn't, the war wouldn't have happened. The war in Ukraine would have never happened if I were president. But that couldn't happen because the election was rigged.
Donald Trump, during a press conference at the White House on Tuesday, also said that he likes both sides of the debate on the H-1B foreign guest workers visa, stating that he welcomed competent people coming into the country. Listen into what Trump had to say on the raging controversy.
President, there's been some debate within your orbit over whether or not to keep or eliminate H-1B visas. What's your position on that? Do you want to keep H-1Bs or do you want to get rid of them?
I like both sides of the argument, but I also like very competent people coming into our country, even if that involves them training and helping other people that may not have the qualifications they do. But I don't want to stop. And I'm not just talking about engineers. I'm talking about people at all levels. We want competent people coming into our country. And HB1, I know the program very well. I use the program. Maitre d's, wine, experts, even waiters, high quality waiters. You got to get the best people. Now, then you go into people like Larry, and he needs engineers, and Massa needs, and this gentleman needs engineers like nobody's ever needed engineers, right? So we have to have the quality people coming in. Now,
the World Health Organization expressed regret over the U.S. decision to withdraw from the organization. Listen in.
The World Health Organization regrets the announcement that the United States of America intends to withdraw from the organization. We hope the United States will reconsider, and we look forward to engaging in constructive dialogue to maintain the partnership between the United States of America and WHO for the benefit of the health and well-being of millions of people around the globe.
The fire raged through a 12-story hotel at a ski resort in Turkey's Bolu province early on Tuesday, killing at least 76 people. Now, this includes 2 who jumped to escape the flames, or rather tried to. At least 51 people also were injured in the fire at the Grand Kartal Hotel. Eyewitnesses have said that the firefighters took an hour, in fact, to arrive at the spot. The fire prompted the government to appoint 6 prosecutors to investigate. Listen in.
Şu ana kadar da 45 vefat eden vatandaşımızın naaşları ailelerine teslim edildi. Diğerleriyle ilgili kimlik tespit çalışmalarını yapamadık. Bununla ilgili Adli Tıp Kurumu'nda kimlik tespit çalışmaları, DNA tespit çalışmaları yapılıyor. Bunlarla da ilgili çalışmalar süratli tamam.
Protesters gathered outside a federal courthouse in Las Vegas on Tuesday to protest a series of executive orders from President Donald Trump clamping down on the rights of immigrants. Listen in.
People can look at the first 4 years as kind of like him on training wheels, right? And then now that he knows how it works and he's just had an additional 4 years of just working, the political space outside of the presidency, these next 4 years seems like he's more prepared to, manifest into reality his agenda.
More than 2,400 truckloads of United Nations supplies have entered Gaza in the 3 days since the Israel-Hamas ceasefire agreement came into effect. In fact, Gaza's civil defense spokesperson, Mahmoud Basal, said their future missions remain arduous as most of the buildings in Gaza are devastated after 15 months of the ongoing conflict. Israel has launched a major military operation in the occupied West Bank city of Jenin. Palestinian health officials confirmed that at least 9 Palestinians have been killed and 40 people have also been injured. Israel's fragile ceasefire with Hamas in Gaza entered its 3rd day. Russia is claiming to have attacked Ukrainian military targets, including energy facilities and even a military airport infrastructure, while Ukraine stated that it had attacked targets on Russian territory. This includes an oil depot and an aircraft manufacturing plant.